Mia sits on her bed, scrolling through her phone when a text pops up. It's from her manager. Again, asking why she missed the deadline. Her jaw tightens. Her fingers hover over the keyboard, ready to type something sharp, something defensive. But before she can hit send, her eyes start burning. And then it happens. Mia starts crying. Not sad crying, angry crying. The kind where your face gets hot and your breath catches and you hate yourself for it, because now you look weak when all you wanted was to look strong. She throws her phone across the bed, wipes her face aggressively, but the tears keep coming, and now she's even angrier. Angry at her manager, angry at the situation, and most of all, angry at herself for crying in the first place. If you've ever felt your throat close up during an argument, if you've ever had tears spill out when all you felt was rage, you need to hear this, because what's happening isn't weakness, it's a biological glitch, a wiring error between your emotional systems that most people completely misunderstand. Here's what's actually going on inside your brain. When anger surges, your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, floods your body with adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart rate spikes, your blood pressure rises, your muscles tense, you're in full fight mode. But here's the problem. Your parasympathetic nervous system, the part that's supposed to calm you down after stress, gets completely overwhelmed by the intensity. It sees the emotional overload and tries to hit the brakes by triggering your tear ducts. It's like your body's emergency cooling system kicking in when the engine overheats. Tears become the release valve for pressure your system can't contain. And there's another layer. Anger and sadness share the same neural pathways. They're neighbors in your brain's emotional neighborhood. When one gets activated intensely, the other can get triggered too. So what feels like pure rage on the inside can leak out as tears on the outside. It's not that you're sad, it's that your brain is processing an overwhelming amount of emotional data, and tears are just the overflow valve. Think of it like a circuit breaker. When too much electricity flows through, something has to give. Now add in your childhood wiring. If you grew up in an environment where expressing anger was punished, shamed, or ignored, your brain learned to reroute that emotion. Maybe you got sent to your room when you raised your voice. Maybe you saw a parent explode and swore you'd never be like that. Maybe anger in your house meant violence, so your nervous system coded it as dangerous, so your brain found a workaround. Crying, because tears were safer than rage. They got you comfort instead of consequences. They made adults soften instead of escalate. Even now, decades later, that old programming still runs in the background without your permission. There's also a chemical component most people ignore. When you cry, your body releases endorphins and oxytocin, natural painkillers and stress relievers. So in a twisted way, crying during anger is your body trying to self-soothe. It's trying to bring you back to baseline. But because it happens automatically, it feels like a betrayal. Like your body is sabotaging you in the moment you need to be the most powerful. So what do you do about it? First, stop apologizing for the tears. Seriously. Stop saying sorry when it happens. They're not betraying you. They're just your body trying to regulate an intense emotional state. The shame you feel about crying is often worse than the crying itself. It creates a feedback loop where you're now angry about being angry and sad about crying, and the whole system overloads even more. Second, before you enter a high-stakes conversation, do a pressure release. Journaling for 5 minutes about what's making you angry can discharge some of that emotional voltage before it has a chance to overflow. Punching a pillow, going for a run, or even screaming in your car are not childish. They're strategic. You're giving your nervous system a way to burn off the adrenaline before it turns into tears. Third, practice naming the anger out loud in low-stakes moments. Say it to your mirror. Say it to your therapist. Say it to your dog. The more you give anger a direct voice, the less your body needs to translate it into tears. Start small. Practice saying, "I'm angry about this," when you're alone. Let your brain build new pathways where anger doesn't have to hide behind water. Your tears during anger aren't a malfunction. They're a sign that your emotional system is working overtime to protect you. And once you understand the wiring, you can start to rewire it. One honest conversation at a time.